Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. Today's content will differ to most of my other videos because this is more of an informative piece about what you need to be mindful of when you're interpreting cryptocurrency news, analyzing price predictions, and just viewing any general information in relation to the space and doing what's best when you're choosing to invest in particular cryptos for your own portfolio there. On that note, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is legal, tax, and/or financial advice. Please always do your own research before investing. Now, this video was inspired by content that I saw from Austin at Altcoin Daily. Thank you very much for producing your video, and I've got information down there. That's the thumbnail there. That's a screenshot from that video there about what high-profile or prolific business commentators are saying about cryptocurrencies, or even just specifically Bitcoin, what they're saying and what they're doing and how this has changed over time and how they've misled people. So CCN has actually covered this story. Well, it touches on Altcoin Daily, and it speaks about what Kevin O'Leary has said in this interview. I'm just going to summarize some of this key information here. In a CNBC interview earlier this year, he said that Bitcoin is useless, in air quotes, just the latest in a series of attacks launched at the suddenly resurgent cryptocurrency. At one point, the Shark Tank investor said that Bitcoin has no real value because governments won't let him pay taxes with it. As a quick side note, I do want to point out there is this website here in Australia called Living Room of Satoshi. People can actually pay for bills with that. People on social media have resurfaced a 6-year-old video of O'Leary defending Bitcoin on Canadian news channel CBC. Down the list here. In 2013, on the other hand, Kevin O'Leary, he mentioned that Bitcoin is here to stay, in his own words. And I'm just going to jump down the article here, and there's the video footage there in the Altcoin Daily piece too. But just jumping down to this, in the 2013 interview with Canadian media, O'Leary spoke highly of Bitcoin even as it had tanked overnight, shedding 60%. Quote, "Let's remember that until yesterday, most people around the world had never heard of Bitcoin. This is a proxy for the mistrust individuals have of central bankers. People all around the world are saying, I've had it with my central banker." And he goes on to say, "I ignore everything until it gets to $1 billion in market cap. That happened recently with Bitcoin, well over $1 billion in value. So it's here to stay." And I'll show you the price charts in a second. Fast forward to just a few months ago, he said Bitcoin is useless. And he talks about his lack of legitimacy, calling it garbage. It has no utility behind it, in his words. And just to finish this piece, it says, "Many in the Bitcoin community do not view Bitcoin acceptance as a motivating factor. The cryptocurrency functions as a store of value to many, digital gold, in inverted commas." Looking at Bitcoin specifically, jump over to CoinMarketCap because they give you a much clearer illustration of the market cap relative to the prices historically as well in one neat graph. At its peak, at approximately $20,000 per Bitcoin, its market cap was $330 billion. He was getting excited about it when it hit $1 billion. Fast forward to 2019, he's calling it useless. All right, so that raises red flags straight up. I just don't understand why. And look, I'm not here to specifically target Kevin O'Leary. There's another crypto critic that we should be drawing our attention to, and that's the man right there with a smile, Jamie Dimon. In fact, he is so prolific in the space, he gets his own set of tags on CCN. He's actually gone a bit quiet over the past few weeks, changes his opinion so much about cryptos. First, he berates Bitcoin. Jamie Dimon doesn't give a flying F about Bitcoin. This is about Libra there, and then he's gone on, and on the record, he's gone on to say that, well, he said Bitcoin may have its merits. And here's an extra one. It's an older piece here, but nevertheless, called Bitcoin Fraud. This was back in 2017, according to this Daily Hodl piece here. He threatened to fire any stupid, in inverted commas, employees caught trading the cryptocurrencies. Moving away from crypto critics in the space, I've actually produced a very brief point presentation here about what you need to be aware of with critical analysis in crypto. And as a quick side note, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like the content, hit the subscribe button or even click on the bottom right hand corner. Don't forget to smash the bell icon as well to stay up to date with my content. So when you're checking out crypto info and prices, you have to ask yourself these questions. What is the commentator's motive? What's the whole reason behind this? What are they trying to achieve out of what they've written? Whom are they addressing? Is it a group of wealthy businessmen? Are you looking at institutional investors? Is it information for the masses? People new to the space? All of this too. Is there a conflict of interest? It kind of ties in with the first point there. Does this person have shares in a company, whether it's a blockchain company or a certain cryptocurrency? Is it a particular crypto maximalist? You get many of these in the space, and they could be rubbishing other coins too. A venture capitalist like Kevin O'Leary. And look, don't get me wrong, there's also Tim Draper, who, as we know, has spoken very highly of Bitcoin in particular, but I guess cryptocurrencies in general. So you can get VCs that will support cryptocurrencies, and on the other hand, you get people who are wanting this all to just wither in a hole and die. I wish them all the best, because we know crypto's here to stay. And what information sources are they presenting? How much of that information is displayed? I forgot to add, it just came to mind, how old is the information? Now, I'll admit, I haven't displayed the best information at times, and to my defense, I'm restricted in what I can display because I only display content that I have written permission to do so. There are websites, some prolific crypto news websites out there that have either declined, and in some cases rudely declined, don't ask me why, that have either declined to let me use their content in my videos despite referencing and all, or just refuse to answer. So that is why I'm limited in the information I can legally display without copyright infringements there. How relevant are the data? And this ties in with the bigger picture. There could be little nitty-gritty things, nothing that comes to mind. It could be, for example, there could be hysteria over the price going up 5% in a day or dropping 10% in a day. Well, whoop-de-doo. What are the long-term trends? What has happened over the past month, 6 months, 12 months, historically relative to its all-time high? Look at this. In fact, you translate this to anything you read. There are people out there in the interests of making money and misleading and deceiving people and creating fear. And I could spend the whole video talking about this, but I won't. And this is the key take-home message. A guaranteed return on something. You've probably guessed it. BitConnect. Yes, the infamous BitConnect there, and Carlos Matos, who, if you want to laugh, just look at the video of him promoting BitConnect at that conference. 1 second. BitConnect had the typical Ponzi mechanics about it. It promised investors guaranteed, air quotes, 10% returns, and I think that was per month. BS in uppercase, make that 100 bold, italicized, you name it. You do not get guaranteed returns in crypto. The only thing that is guaranteed in life is death, and for most people, taxes. So always take it with a grain of salt whenever you see a guaranteed return. Fair weather fans or legit crypto enthusiasts. For those who don't get the term fair weather, it refers to people who, it could be a friend or a sports fan, who will support someone or something that is doing really well at a given time. And they are there and they're speaking very enthusiastically about it. But when things go downhill, they speak negatively, or in many cases, they just disappear. I've seen this, and I had a look at a couple of channels. When the market was booming, they were out there pumping this coin, talking about that coin. But then they've disappeared over the past 10 to 12 months. You haven't seen them. One or two come back out of nowhere. Or are they legit crypto enthusiasts? Are they people who have stood by cryptocurrencies through thick and thin? And I commend everyone who has done that. There's this Medium piece here if you're keen on reading more about it, talking about the market in a bit more detail. We've had a drop. Bitcoin earlier today went down to about 9,500. And who knows how much further these will drop? Will they stabilize and then start picking up again? It's hard to tell. Although I am going to say, and this is not financial advice, that when you've got these dips, they're not bad buying opportunities. Remember what, I think this was Warren Buffett who mentioned this, something along the lines of, be fearful when others are greedy, but then be greedy when others are fearful. Just to buy in pick them up at a slightly cheaper price and you can sell them just for some modest returns, or hodl them if you want. In the top 20 and 30 are down with like double-digit losses, alas, but do not despair, because for perspective, and I always remind people to look at the bigger picture, we're still up compared to about a year ago, still going all right. Give it time. We've got the institutional investors getting on board, crypto regulations getting sorted out, the companies behind the cryptocurrencies and those involved in blockchain are advancing with their technology, and improvements are being made. These are the things you need to consider. Thank you very much if you've listened this far. And on a lighter note, if you want some motivation to stay keen on cryptocurrencies and have the patience, to have that perseverance, check this out. The Self-Transcendence 3,100-mile race. It is the longest, let's say, foot race, or you could say one of the longest ultra marathons in the world. This is according to Wikipedia. The point I'm making is this is a marathon and not a sprint. The days of, let's say, early 2017, when you got 100 and 1,000x returns on crypto, and then you could cash out by the end of the year if you played your cards impeccably, then yeah, that's more of a sprint. Those days are behind us. For most cryptos, I could be wrong. I hope we get a huge surge and many cryptos go to the moon and then we cash out and live comfortably and affluent lives. And well, whatever your motive is, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to smash the bell icon if you want to stay up to date with my latest content. If you have something to say or just want to say g'day, well, leave a comment in the comments section. Both positive and negative comments will be taken on board, and I'll leave them there. Share this with anyone who you believe will find this useful. Despite these drops, don't let crypto consume you. It can go up 10%, it can go down 10% in a day, but life still goes on. That's a wrap. Thank you, and take it easy. Adios.